This mystery focuses on Dawn's rarely seen grandparents, Granny and Pop Pop. According to Book 9, Granny's in her early 60s. This contradicts Dawn's book, which says Granny had her 50th wedding anniversary 3 years ago. It also contradicts this book, which places Granny in her late 70s, because her boyfriend at age 13 died in World War II. Continuity!
Argo Font Book Review, Argo Font Book Review.
This book was written by Ellen Miles. In the recap section, Marianne says Sharon is a realtor. I knew Dawn's mom had a job, but I didn't know she sold houses. She seems too disorganized for that. Granny and Pop Pop leave on an anniversary cruise. The very same day, their basement floods. Sharon asks the Babysitters Club to help fix up the house, because obviously a realtor like Sharon doesn't know any contractors or workers that help repair damaged houses. While clearing out the house, Marianne finds a small hiding spot built into the wall. Inside is a warning that says, "It's cursed." Marianne opens it because she doesn't believe in curses. Really? That's the opposite of what she thought in Marianne's bad luck mystery. Continuity. Inside is a beautiful music box that plays Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. During a phone call, Marianne asks Granny if the music box is hers.
Mine? No, dear. I don't know anything about a music box. No, it must have belonged to someone else. Someone who lived in the house before we did, perhaps.
The ending reveals that Granny is a filthy liar. The music box does belong to her. I don't know why she lied about it. That was rude of her. Just think, if Granny had told the truth from the beginning, there wouldn't have been a mystery. In the subplot, the DeWitts are finishing a house addition. Eddie the contractor is great with the wild kids, and he helps them build a playhouse. At a BSC meeting, the girls discuss the 8 suspects. I think 8 suspects is too many for this book, especially since there's not much of a mystery. No one's committed any crimes, so the girls are accusing strangers of vague misbehavior for some pretty weak reasons. Like, the plumber's assistant moves slowly. The plumber was in the wrong room. Eddie doesn't have a shovel. Are those good reasons to mark them down in the mystery notebook as potential criminals? No! The only truly suspicious person is an old man who breaks into the backyard and starts measuring everything. He runs away whenever someone gets close. Marianne is haunted by dreams of a sad sailor. He shows up and stares at her every time she falls asleep. It's a little weird for Marianne to talk about a stranger in her dreams for 2 full pages. Hidden in the music box, Marianne finds a picture of her dream sailor. There's also a love note from HIW to LS, talking about the stars and their song. The girls think it's so romantic. Mallory kind of gives away the twist ending when she says LS and HIW might not be initials. On the other side of that page are the lyrics, "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, how I wonder what you are." Since they're back-to-back, I instantly realized LS is Little Star, HIW is How I Wonder. The girls compile a list of everyone who has ever lived in that house, as well as everyone in town with the initials LS and HIW. Once the list is finished, the girls do absolutely nothing with it. They don't contact any of these people or something like that. They immediately forget about the list as soon as it's finished. Well, that was a huge waste of time. Marianne reads Granny's old letters. They contain plenty of gossip about the Baileys, who used to live in that house. Mr. Bailey was fired for stealing money from the bank. Shortly after, Granny saw him bury a box in the dead of night. I wonder why Granny never told anyone about the confirmed thief hiding things. The babysitters assume the box contained the stolen money. They stage a loud conversation where they pretend to find the box. The idea is that the culprit will give themselves away by trying to steal it. The plan works perfectly. The culprit is the old man. He used to live in the neighborhood, so that's how he knew about the bank robbery. He quickly finds the real box buried underneath a tree. Everyone's disappointed to learn it contains old papers, but no money. They never find the money, and the mystery is left unsolved. A week later, Granny and Pop Pop return. Marianne talks to Granny in private, and Granny confesses the music box is hers. It was a gift from Frank, her first boyfriend. Now that the truth has been revealed, Frank's ghost stops haunting Marianne's dreams. The end. Post-book follow-up. I enjoyed this book for the most part, but the mystery aspect is pretty weak. Marianne puts little effort into figuring out who the music box belongs to. She has a list of everyone who ever lived in the house. She could have interviewed all of them, but she doesn't. The only one she talks to is Granny, who lies for reasons that aren't explained. Disappointingly, the music box mystery is entirely unrelated to the mystery of the stolen money. That mystery didn't work either. The babysitters come off as paranoid for accusing strangers of suspicious criminal behavior, and it turns out there is no crime, as the money was stolen over 50 years ago. The story probably would have worked if the babysitters learned about the stolen money in chapter 3 or 4. That'd give them an actual reason to keep an eye on the suspects. 8 suspects is still too much. I would have limited the suspect list to the 3 people in Eddie's group. That would have made the babysitting near Eddie subplot more important to the overall story. It's twice mentioned that Eddie built a secret hiding spot at the DeWitts. It could be similar to the one that hid the music box. The babysitters don't pick up on this clue, and it gets forgotten. Either it's a red herring, or it's left over from an earlier draft where Eddie is the culprit. Overall, I think the book needs a rewrite. The mystery doesn't really kick in until Marianne reads Granny's letters, so I'd move that from the final third of the book to the first third of the book. I'd also play up the ghost aspect of the story, and have the babysitters interview the Baileys at one point. I give Babysitter's Club Mystery number 31, Marianne and the Music Box Secret, a 4 out of 10.